We're live.
We're live.
All right, yo, what up, everybody?
Speaking of
Hey, fix the mic a little bit. What up, everybody? Bear with me, I'm losing my voice a little bit, but still wanted to make sure that we can, hop on here and drop some value. I know it's late. I know a lot of you guys on East Coast are, different time zones are like, hey, it's late. Can we do calls a bit earlier? We plan on having an organized call schedule, at different times all throughout the day, throughout the next month and, months coming forward. But we just want to make sure that, we're able to get as much information to you as possible. We're trying to squeeze it into it when we're free because we do have other businesses that we have to operate. But we want to give you guys the most attention that we possibly can. So for those of you guys that are making the time to tune in this late, we do appreciate you guys. And real quick, I sent out a form. And pretty much this form right here has everything you need in terms of we're going to be creating content. So we want to know what you guys want to learn about, what you guys are interested about. So how you can get speakers on that can talk about these topics. So it looks like a lot of you guys filled it out already. So a lot of comments to say done. If you haven't filled it out, I'll repost the link right now in the chat. Good, Jeff.
What's going on, everyone? Glad to see you all tonight. Just so you guys know, this is more of like an impromptu podcast. We're just going to kind of vibe with you guys for an hour. Not really a podcast, but a live call. As you guys know, the goal is for us to do one live call a week, and we already did one with Nick and Octavius, which was awesome. But we wanted to jump on and give you guys some stuff we're working on, some ideas we've been, going with. Along with, I just set up a live call for about 2 weeks from now with Bear. If you guys have seen him on Instagram or our Instagram stories, he's going to be on here. He runs like 7-8 different businesses and owns paintball courses, restaurants, medical marijuana, all those things. We're going to have him on here talking about, the essentials of building a business. I think that's huge. We're going to go into that a little bit today so you guys can have the idea of how business flow should be. And, all those things. We are going to, our goal right now is going to be we're going to look through these Google Sheets. We're going to look through these Google Sheets and get an idea of everything while our team sets up in the back end. Should we fill it out?
Why?
I don't know. $1,000 cash prize for the girls.
Works.
But he's not gonna pick our girls,
Yeah. All right, cool. We can log in, see some of these responses.
Just skip the names and everything.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let me put the actual form.
No. You just hover over it. It says it.
Oh.
So number one, personal branding, and the last one. That's the second best one. The side hustles.
Okay.
So it looks like, and check 30 and 32. Shopify dropshipping and 30. Facebook ads, and then what's 28? Psychology behind marketing, and 27, 26. Our personal experience, that's a good one. Mindset. I don't want to do mindset tonight, guys, because I feel like the first 2 live calls were a little bit more mindset, and I'm not going to do a live call on mindset every day. That's retarded. Mindset's big, but it's only, 50% of all of this. The other 50% is actual tactical things you guys need to apply in your lives and can't just do it all in your head. I told you guys last night, or what day was it? 2 days ago with Octavius at the end of that call and Nick, I said, everything is great. You guys learned a lot today. But you have to go out and apply it. You have to go get your hands dirty. You have to go get your knees dirty. You got to get dirt under your fingernails, AKA hard ass work. The only way to make big power moves is doing that. So most people tonight want to talk about personal branding, Shopify dropshipping. What was the other one? What was the bottom one?
Let's see.
That one.
So this is
side hustles.
So this is not necessarily just tonight, but this is what we want to move forward with curriculum.
Yeah.
Have an idea. So we want to put together a ton of different, guest speakers, live calls, Q&As, as well as uploaded, content in the back office for you guys just to watch and execute on. So this is going to kind of give us a general idea. I'm assuming that, based off this about 52 responses, I'm assuming that's probably pretty even across the board, with the other about 400 inner circle members.
How many people are on this call? It's late, so.
Yeah, it's late. It's Eastern Standard Time. It's,
at 55.
midnight. That's still a pretty solid amount, though, considering you guys are here on a Saturday night with us. That's awesome. Let's see. So we got all these. Put like, you know, what guest speakers you guys want to hear from. What is your current business? And yeah, another thing I wanted to touch up on again, too, guys. I want you guys to comment right now. So one, I want you to comment if you've seen the previous live calls, every single one that we've done so far. And if you haven't, type which ones you have seen. And have you started implementing any of the things we talked about, right? And if you started seeing results, because again, like I said, the biggest thing is implementing what we talk about in the live calls, or it's not going to actually do you any good or do you any benefit. You know, have you learned from your personality type? Have you researched your personality type? Have you started, you know, implementing our strategies when it comes to winning big, when it comes to building confidence, all those things that we talked about in the live call. So comment right now if you've seen any improvements from the things that we talked about and you started executing on it so far. Go ahead and comment. Give don't just say yes, like actually comment right now and give a little bit of a detailed experience, put some thought into it. Because we want to kind of figure out on our end, you know, where you guys are at currently. So we'll just wait here. Okay, and let you guys type for a second. Oh, we can get Justin Cena on there.
I don't know who that is.
He's a Shopify guy, one of the top ones. Pretty on the man.
I don't know who half of these people you guys are asking. That's cool. Dan's getting on here. Dan Fleshman's going to be on here talking about the business of social media in a week or two for you guys. And Dan is the guy who is going to be, you know, fucking amazing dude, but he's going to be the guy that is going to sit here for an hour or two and be very monotoned. And everything is going to be tactical stuff you're going to use from today, from the day of the call. So when we get Dan on here, I hope you guys, you know, drink 6 cups of coffee or whatever so you guys can stay focused because, you know, even I have lunch with him and I sit there and I'm like, All I do is listen. All I do is listen when I have lunch with that guy. He is a social media genius. And yeah, so we're going to get him.
Yeah, so I see we got Jason Stone as well. We can easily get Jason Stone on here as well. If you guys are not familiar with Jason Stone, millionaire mentor.
What is that, 3 million page now?
Yeah, I think 3 million on Instagram.
Email list got to be huge too.
Yeah, has over, I think I want to say 500,000, maybe 800,000 emails as an email list. Absolute beast at affiliate marketing via Instagram, email marketing. He's actually been an affiliate for one of my products before. He's done over 6 figures in sales within just, I think, two weeks. So he's absolutely killing it, and he's made over $1 million, probably a couple $1 million on Instagram. Bought a Lamborghini and a mansion from the money he's making via Instagram. So he has a lot of strategies when it comes to influencer marketing that he has to be able to learn.
He has legitimate businesses, and then he has his Instagram business. The Instagram business pays for all of his luxurious lifestyle, which is kind of how you want it. Like, you guys want to be able to have tangible business paying your bills, and then if you want more than that, you know, these different businesses, especially social media, and, you know, especially when you guys start combining. When you guys get the ability to combine, you know, you're making $10,000 a month in Forex or Shopify or real estate or whatever, you made 10, 20, 30 grand a month. You get in, build a personal brand and do affiliate or, you know, internet marketing, and you guys can start making really good income with that process. But you have to, you know, build that first business. So for everyone, I think the number one thing that you guys requested on this form so far is personal branding. I just don't think it's applicable for most of you guys right now. And why I say that is because you guys are, if you don't have anything to market, nobody wants, no, you don't have anything that, doesn't, if you don't have tools and a lifestyle that most people want, most people aren't going to follow you. That's reality.
And it doesn't mean don't build a personal brand. It doesn't mean don't, let people know what you're doing and don't put information out there. What I think right now, a lot of you guys want to learn personal branding so you can, make money. By building a personal brand, me and Jeff both have been able to create multiple 7 figures online.
Yeah, my lifestyle, like the thing is follow this path. I made enough money to have an amazing lifestyle. I traveled, I had exotic cars, I did everything before I even marketed on Facebook and Instagram. So I'll just do a literal proof for you guys that I didn't even sell anything on Facebook or on social media besides network marketing when I was 18. I didn't sell anything until I was 21. I'm trying to find a photo right now. I didn't sell anything until I was 21. And that was after I got, my 4th exotic car. I did all that. So what I did is I used my money to, you don't want to be the guy that fakes it till you make it. It works for some people, The issue is with that is it's really easy to get your whole brand exposed, and it's easy to be a fraud really fast, and it's easy to want to look better than you are before you deserve it. And that's the biggest thing. So when people are buying fake Rolexes and they're stunting with other people's cars and they're budget traveling, that's awesome if you're marketing it like you're still on the come up. But when you market it like I see these people on Instagram with these fake lifestyles like Forex guys or Shopify guys, and they're fake. It's obvious for me because I built it legit. It's funny because I look at those things, I look at those people, and I'm like, yo, like now you made it so much harder for yourself. Like, and what I mean by that is, as you build a personal brand, if you fake it till you make it, you've now took the ability to bring the props that you're already faking out after you built the following. So for example, if you are, saying, oh, look at my Rolex, and, even if it's someone else's Rolex, you're taking pictures with stuff, you're posting all these pictures with cash, you're posting fake results. If you were just to post and get a little less from posting less money or posting your real results, you could build a following with that. It wouldn't be as fast. It wouldn't be as rapid. Because I'll tell you guys one lesson I learned really, really early on. And that was what goes up fast comes down fast. If you throw, if you build a brand with sand and not bricks, it's going to fall just as fast. You're going to get unmotivated. And, the growth is what keeps people. The growth is what inspires people. So all of you guys that want to know personal branding, building an image on social media, I want you guys to have the goal of getting results first. Don't lie. Don't hype yourself up. Don't tell people you're making more than you are. And the reason I say that is because let your story be the message. Like, people want to follow in footsteps. You guys can see me going. Okay, look, I'm on Facebook right now. This is just to prove to you guys that that everything is real. So look, I mean, it's like, can you zoom in on my phone, Steven?
Yeah.
Look, what the date is here. I can't see the date. These are all jiu-jitsu photos on my Facebook before I even got into anything. I go past this, more jiu-jitsu photos. People love this. I stood next to someone else's Lamborghini at an event. It's the first time I ever saw a Lamborghini. I was 18. I didn't say it was mine. I got my first truck, Tacoma. I got a C63 AMG. I use that as a marketing tool. So the C63 probably made me over, it cost me $20,000 down. I probably made $60,000 to $100,000 off of having that car for my brand, which is unbelievable. And then that continued. Now I got to go to a different album because Facebook's changed. That continued until I need to find one photo for you guys. One specific photo. It's right here. It says, this photo before I show it to you. Need help, Facebook friends? Is this the one I've been waiting to pull the trigger for a few months on Facebook? It's an Audi R8. My first Audi R8. I had bought a. No, this is I think this was my first exotic. For my first Audi R8, because I had two. I didn't even sell anything online before I got this car. I got this car. I didn't do anything. I didn't sell anything. I kept building my brand. I kept providing free value. I showed people what I want to do and where I'm going. I kept saying it. I kept saying it. I kept saying it. And then what I did from there was, once I got more cars and more lifestyle and more proof and more results, I then started selling things. And I didn't sell things that weren't legit. Like, I never would put my name behind something I don't believe in. Unlike everyone else that wants to get out for the quick cash, you guys will understand soon enough in this business, in this entrepreneur world, $10,000 a month, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. It's easy to do if you do things the wrong way, and it goes away so fast. $40,000 is not enough. Like if you guys do all this scheming stuff, and I'm giving you guys ethics right now. If you guys do all the wrong things to make like 6 figures, it'll go just as fast as it came, and it'll be even harder to build something legit because you're so used to fast cash. And this is why drug dealers, when their businesses get shut down, most fail because they're so used to making $100,000 a month easy that when they're in a business that you actually have to convince customers they need your product and not have customers dying to buy your product. It's just a different world, So guys, just understand ethics. So when we do teach personal branding, I hope you guys will have a couple of businesses set up. Josh has Shopify guys, Facebook ad guys, and whatnot coming in to teach this. I have Amazon people and eBay people coming in to teach you guys those as well. So you guys will have all of the business models and all of the information And then what we'll do is when we do the basic exposure, for example, you're going to have like Thaddeus or someone come on who's built $160,000 a month Shopify stores and whatnot. When those come on and they give you the overview and the basics, we will then a month later have them come on and give advanced stuff and advanced strategies. So understand, we're not going to just keep going over the basics. These people are going to come on and they're going to literally propel you. So everyone there's personal branding still, Josh just refreshed the form, is the #1 thing requested. I just want you guys to understand that there is ethics involved with selling people things online, especially in the new age vibe we have with lifestyle marketing. It's just, it can be really scammy really fast. So
yeah.
I'm gonna get my energy drink.
Okay. I'm gonna read through some of these comments. Yeah, so when I think it comes to personal branding, guys, I think it's important. One, your story is what's gonna sell the most. A lot of people, and this is why too, I don't know if you guys saw my story, but we're gonna be working with a few high income earners, people that are making 6 to 7 figures already, and pretty much propelling them and helping them create 7-figure personal brands. And one of the reasons we want to do this is because in this space, and when it comes to personal branding, there's so many people who do it the wrong way, and they end up hurting their credibility instead of building it. They end up, creating problems, right, instead of creating solutions. So we want to make sure that people actually know how to build a personal brand the right way. So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram story. I think some of you guys said you're in the circle and reached out to me saying, hey, I got $10, $20, $30,000 to invest into my personal brand. Obviously, not everyone on here right now, you're not going to throw in $30,000 to your personal brand, blow up. But I'll tell you what, you're going to start for free. You don't need to sell anything. I personally
just document the story.
Yeah, you literally just document the story. I was building a personal brand. I was on Instagram. I was making, throwing out pictures and doing all that stuff for probably at least 6 months to a year before I ever sold my own online product, right? And I was doing affiliate marketing, and I was doing a little bit of e-commerce, and I was kind of doing the same thing like what Jeff was doing. I posted pictures like, hey, should I get one of my first dream cars, a BMW? I wasn't, taking pictures in front of a BMW and say, oh, this is my car before I actually ever owned it. And then when I got it, I was
no
like,
fake Rolexes, no cash photos.
Yeah, it was like actually my life. If I actually wanted a watch and I got the watch and I posted like, wow, and I was like, wow, I can't believe a year ago I didn't have this opportunity. I can't believe, blah, 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 blah. So I was actually being, generally honest and showing the things that I was doing, showing how I wanted to spend my money, showing how I wanted to live my lifestyle, and people vibe with that. So there's a lot of the people, I don't know if any of you guys followed me for longer than a year or two, comment right now, let me know how long you've been following me. But I have people who followed me, since I had like 2,000 followers on Instagram. And they're like, dude, Josh, I remember when you used to post screenshots of you making $60 a day, $100 a day, $300 a day. And then I started doing $2,000 a day, $3,000 a day. And then I started doing over $500,000 in a day. They're like, I saw your progression over the last 3 years, and it's absolutely insane. And that keeps people motivated. Because like, holy shit, like he actually is like, when I was making $80 a day, I wasn't saying I was making $500,000 a day. So, and I wasn't even saying I was making $500,000 in a single year.
Well, the thing is,
I leveled up and people saw that.
The thing that's cool about you, Josh, is instead of him, saying I got a Rolex or whatever, you want this?
Yeah.
Instead of him saying all of that, what he did is, he bought a Gucci watch, and he bought a BMW, which is a car that was in his income bracket at the time. And now he's about to buy a McLaren. But think about this: if he would have just fronted a little bit earlier on, less people would see that growth, and people buy into your story. People will always buy into your story. For me, when people see my story, you go on my Facebook and you can see it. You can see the progression. I literally just showed you guys me not being in the business world at all. I'm just training jiu-jitsu 5 years ago. And now you can see that progression. You can see that steady level up. That's what people want to see. A couple questions I do think are interesting is someone said, how many hours of sleep do you get per night during a 75-day blitz? I have found personally, you guys got to figure it out on your own. I have 2 options. I either sleep 8 hours a day on the dot. I wake up without an alarm clock if I fall asleep 8 hours. Unless I was out partying or unless I just didn't get enough sleep or whatever. If it's a normal day, I fall asleep, I wake up at 8 hours. Now, I have went through like multiple months in my life where waking up after 5 hours was so much easier than waking up at 8 hours. 8 hours, I wake up a little groggy. If I wake up at 5 hours, I'm a little pissed to get out of bed for that first 25 seconds. And then once I get up and, you just get in the cold shower, you just go walk outside. What I used to do is I used to go wake up at 5 a.m. I'd get a bulletproof coffee. This is when I was like 20, 21. And I'd just go sit by the beach for like 20 minutes and I just brainstorm. And, the waves help me come back. If I'm sitting there tired as hell with a hoodie on like this, sitting on a bench, cold as shit, drinking the coffee with a notepad, and that got me up and ready for the day. And sometimes I'm much more productive off 5 hours. So you guys got to kind of do some tests.
Yeah. So we guys don't realize when it comes to sleeping, I think everybody wants to find that perfect amount. What does their mentor do? How can I find somebody that has that perfect thing that I can implement and it's going to get me to their results? And honestly, it's going to change and it's going to vary per person. So someone says the 75-day blitz. So when I did a few 75-day blitz, throughout my, entrepreneur journey. And essentially, if you guys are not familiar with the 75-day blitz, I'll actually find a link right now to a video where I talk about it. And maybe we'll do a live call about it soon. But the 75 blitz essentially
we could do a really organized 75-day blitz.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll send a I'll send a link for some of you guys that are interested. But we'll do one for everybody, and we'll explain it organized and for everybody since there's only 56 people on here. But essentially, what it is,
I think 90 days is better though.
Yeah, I mean, you got to.
I think even 30 days is powerful.
Yeah, you got to figure out your dedication level. Personally, for me, 90 days was just a lot. Obviously, gonna get a lot done, but around 90 days, I started reaching around burnout. But when I go to my 75-day blitz, mine is a little bit different than some people. Mine, some people, like just said, is the 8 hours, feel good, work good. My 75-day blitz was literally cut out everything and everybody and only focus on myself. And it wasn't maybe as necessarily healthy as where it probably should have been. But for me personally, it worked because I know how my focus level is. I know where, how my work ethic is. And I know that, if I kind of, veer my focus off just a tiny bit, it's kept throwing me off. So for me, it was like, I didn't work out. I didn't hit the gym. I stopped hanging out with people. I stopped going to parties. I didn't network with anybody. I didn't see my family. I didn't do anything. But I focused on my business 75 days straight. And I probably only slept 4 to 6 hours. And it was like insane where people were like, dude, after my blitz, dude, where were you? I'm like, well, I was working, man.
Growing, bro.
I was working, man.
I was growing. I'm not the same person.
Yeah, I'm a whole different person now. I got a lot more money. I got a lot more businesses. I got a lot more opportunity, right? And I saw a lot of growth. Now, sometimes I'll blitz, and my blitz would be more balanced blitz. So now when I blitz, it's a bit more balanced. So it's like, all right, I'm going to go 60 days, hit the gym as much as possible, eat as healthy as possible, try to network with as many people as possible, try to, have a healthy amount of time going out and still having fun, getting that to a balance, but also put in, at least 5 to 6 hours into my business every day. Scale.
When you guys blitz is when areas of your life are lacking.
Right.
So if money is lacking right now, you go on a money blitz because what's going to happen during a blitz is the other areas of your life are going to shift, like health, even happiness. Sometimes it's not fun to work your ass off.
I wasn't happy.
Another reason blitzes suck is it puts you back from friends and family and all these things. So when you do go on a blitz, it's to fix a certain area of your life. So if money's really good and your health is really shitty, you go on a health blitz. And depending on your goals, depending on what you need to catch up to the rest of your life, I think you should really try to keep your happiness, your health, and your wealth all in an even line. If you're really unhappy and you're making money, you need to go on a happiness blitz where you just stop focusing on money so much and you focus on the happiness that money can provide, as in freedom, as in doing things for your family. Start giving back. And if it's health, you need to get in the gym or do other things. Like I personally hate working out because of how much I worked out during my whole life with jiu-jitsu. But I love activities, so I can go paintball for like 10 hours, and just
right.
and I'll burn 2,000-3,000 calories off sprinting for an entire day, off getting soaked in sweat, sliding everywhere, rushing. Or you can be the person that likes basketball, you can be the person that likes surfing. Just get out there and get healthy if you're not healthy. And if all of those areas are lacking, you need to figure out which one is more important to go on a blitz with. This is all really important information you guys need to know because I have a very strategic way I handle everything. In the sense of, I don't like to go on a blitz because it's going to push different areas of my life back. So you really have to know when you want to do it and when you don't want to do it. And you have to know the exact time to do it in the sense of, if you go on a money blitz and you're not mentally prepared and you're not businessly prepared, it's going to actually not work out for your favor. You have to plan this stuff. Someone says 60-day money blitz right after this video. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, you have to sit down, take a week, plan it, get prepared, tell people you're going to disappear, hold yourself accountable, and then you can start really leveraging it. Someone said, scroll up a little bit. So people are asking a bunch about networking questions. Go up. I need help in copywriting for Facebook ads. Josh has his buddy Conrad coming on to help you with Facebook ads. Grayson, stop. Networking. So how would I plan a blitz? You should
run the topics that we talk about so we can go back.
So
do you have a different pen that's hard to see?
Yeah, bro. I don't.
No, it's not for them. It's just for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they want to see it. Here. Steven, remind me after this to order more pens.
Okay.
Once Lena starts working, it'll be so much easier.
Yeah.
I don't have to do any of this stuff. How to get through the shit you aren't good at. Getting through your weaknesses. You got to do it, bro. Like, I literally sucked at airsoft and paintball so bad when I started. Like, this is just the best way I can relate this to you. If you suck at something, you just have to keep doing it and then find out when, like, you have to find some way to win. When you find some way to win, you can, like, literally get hyped off that one way to win. For example, if I'm good at rushing in paintball, like, I'm good at, like, right when the buzzer yells and goes, and we're literally running it, the teams are running together trying to get good positions, and I just keep going, and I push up to a super advanced position, and I get 3 people out, and then I get out. It's a win for me. And so then it's really easy for me to enjoy playing and the repetitiveness when I know I can get that one win, and that one win, I'm like, okay, I got that guy out.
Right.
So when you guys are doing business and you guys are like, I suck at Facebook ads. Well, what you need to do is you need to get one win. Like, this is the easiest way to get good at something. Get one fucking win, and then you're like, oh man, I know how to get one win. I know if I do this one thing, it's gonna work. And then if it doesn't work when you do it again, you can be like, okay, why didn't it work this time? And you'd be like, oh, well, in paintball terms, I pushed up to this position and I didn't check my flank on the left. And on this certain map, I need to check that left before I push up. And then you keep getting these better wins, and you get better wins, and you get better wins. And the more you get good at winning, the easier it becomes to actually get good at something. So if you guys just suck and you keep sucking and you never find a way to win a little bit, it's going to be like a depressing, like, I'm giving up process every single time.
Right.
And also, like, with airsofting and paintballing, I went and found friends that were good already. And they were like, I made friends with them. And luckily, one of them was my old high school friends. And I started going with them. And he's like, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. You need to learn how to lean. You know, your movement while you're running and shooting's bad. And if you guys don't have someone that's kind of, you know, teaching you, like, how to make a little win, it's rough. Which is why mentors are huge. Life is, you know, we don't learn from textbooks. And we don't learn from, you know, just learning. We learn by symbiosis, a.k.a. I can learn by watching Josh. And if he's doing something right, I can copy that and I can mimic it. We also learn from direct mentorship. Think about how you guys learned a language. You didn't pick up a book as a kid. This is the most honest way to learn. Is you learn by failing and talking to your parents, and you had your parents as mentors and they taught you how to walk. You saw them walk, right? They didn't say, hey, you're going to step your leg here and then you're going to step your leg here. No, you watch your parents walk, and then every kid, right? Every single kid says, okay, that's how you walk. I'm eventually going to do it. Your brain's not developed enough to have consciousness. So when you guys are asking, how do I get good at something like walking, right? How do I get good at something like walking? You guys are just consciously fucking yourselves up. Just watch someone who's winning and copy it. Go look at how someone's doing that. Look at Facebook, dude. You can go look at any Facebook page right now, and you can see every ad that's anybody's running. So go to Tony Robbins' Facebook page, and you can go click on his page, click on videos or pictures, and you can see every ad that page has ran. And then learn and start taking these courses, and, you know, just learn from people and get mentors. So it's like literally the only way that you learn as a human. I don't know why people miss this. People think, oh, I'm just going to keep failing and failing. It's like, okay, you could do that, and it's just going to take longer. But it might get really depressed if you never get that one early win.
Right.
And so, you know, for example, I watch the best people play everything. You know, Josh, when I get into like sports, like paintballing or jiu-jitsu, I spend hours a day just watching the pros like do everything. I'm like, okay, he moved that way. That makes sense. He leaned this way. In jiu-jitsu, he changed his timing on this move. And I would just watch people and emulate it. That's the way I get good at everything. So look at how my personal brand got built. I just emulated all the big guys, like Ty, everyone.
It's like it kind of reminds me. I mean, it's honestly a universal concept. You think of, like, for example, I can relate this back to basketball. I played basketball back in high school, and you know, if you watch any basketball movies, everybody's like, you know, I want to be like Mike. I want to be like Michael Jordan, right? So people are sitting here, they're watching these Michael Jordan videos, and Michael Jordan goes, you know, between the legs, behind the back, and so, you know, I'm like in my backyard, trying to go between my legs, behind the back. And I'm doing that over and over. Watch the video. All right, got it.
And it feels good when you get it.
Yeah, then I get it. And then next thing you know, 5 years later, right, that's me, and I'm a little kid. I'm going to be like Mike. I'm going to be like Mike. I want to be a professional basketball player. And in my high school, when I hit somebody with that move, and it's like, oof. And everyone's like, oh, you know. So it's
That's a win.
Yeah, it's a win. So I taught myself it early. I was emulating other people's success. I was replicating what other people were doing. And that wasn't a move that I needed somebody to necessarily be like, look, Josh, you're going to go between the legs, behind the back. You're going to step one foot out, you know, dribble the ball, put it in between, and then grab it, do that down. Like, it was something I kind of just saw, and I kind of just did it. So like Jeff said, so I see a lot of you guys commenting, there's two ways to pretty much, you know, learn something. You're either emulating somebody else. I think you call it symbiosis.
That's osmosis.
Osmosis, my bad. Osmosis. So, you know, you're emulating somebody's success. You know, you're seeing what they're doing. You're replicating it into your own life. Or, you know, you have a mentor who's kind of coaching you and showing you the way. A lot of people think, you know, you can just read something or just see something and boom, you're smart. Boom, you know it. Boom, you're an expert, which is, to an extent, it can help you. It can lead you. But it's not the most effective way of learning. Humans are, you know, visual learners.
You guys, and you know, this seems like mindset stuff, but take this tactically. So what I mean by that is, you guys, for those of you running businesses already, use this tactic. Go look at what your competitors are doing. You know, if your competitors are doing better than you, go analyze them and don't just sit here and get mad that they're doing better. Like, I don't give a fuck if any guru in the entire world makes more money than me. I just need to say that guy's sales pitch was good, or you know, this guy's personal brand, the way he's did this marketing. I'm not gonna get mad that he got 7,000 likes on a photo. I'm gonna be like, number one, how is he gaining followers? Let me look in the back end. And then number two is, let me see how he did his marketing and his captions, and let me see how he talks on video, and let me emulate that. And even if I don't have the same level of success, I got better. So I take pieces from everybody, right? I take pieces from everybody. Here. You know, if it's public speaking, I'll go to Ty, I'll go to Gary, I'll go to random TEDx talks, and I'll take all of that and I'll learn how to speak, right? That's how you get good at something. And then how you get that win.
You go out market research.
Yeah, so it's just market research. And that osmosis, or whatever it is, Stephen, if you look up the word learning from whatever it is,
osmosis.
Yeah, I don't know, nor do I really care. I'm not a scientist. Word major, literary major. But I actually don't. So between you guys, the people I look up to, I can honestly tell you guys everything. You know, you guys are my inner circle. You guys get the real me. I don't really like Gary Vee. I think he's a little full of shit. I don't like Grant that much. He's a little too aggressive and he's good at making you feel bad about yourself. And that's good sometimes. Sometimes you need that kick in the ass, and other times you need that tactical stuff. And Grant says the same thing in every podcast. I think Ty has struggles at getting to the point of his speaking. And this is me just like not hating on them, but just constructive criticism of these speakers. I think I struggle to hold points for a long time. This is how you need to look at things. And then I look at the people that hold points. You know, it just sucks. Like, it sucks that you can't get good at things fast. And that's life. That's going to be the life forever. So you guys need to pick. You guys have all limited time. So someone said to be the best at something. So if you guys have, if you guys have the goal to be the very best at one thing, you gotta realize you have a certain amount of hours in your life, and the more hours in, the better you're gonna be. So if you want to be the absolute best at internet marketing, and you put every hour of your waking life into internet marketing, you could eventually be the best.
Right.
If you guys want to be good at a lot of things, like learning how to be happy, you know, for me, learning random sports, if you guys want to be good at surfing and also good at making money, you guys are gonna realize that, you know, that you're gonna have to accept less of being the best.
I think
I have no desire to be the best at anything in the world.
Right.
I just have the desire to be much better than everyone at a couple things.
Right. So I think too, what I have to say is a lot of people, they're not sure necessarily if they're making results, not sure, you know, if they can become great, if they can become, you know, one of the best, if not the best. And the way I really think about it, I was just like, dude,
it's osmosis.
Learning through osmosis.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the way I look about it, I'm like, look, dude, if I put my time, my effort, and my energy into something for, you know, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 6 fucking years, I'm gonna be fucking good at it. If I'm actually seriously putting time and effort into it.
Most people can't even last 3 months though.
No, most people can't, and that's why they suck. So, but like the thing is, like, you know, for example, I think of my personal branding, right? I've been consistently building my personal brand for like 2.5 years. Like, I don't take months off. I don't disappear. Like, I consistently built it, and I've learned, like, and by doing that, by seeing what other people are doing, by learning through trial and error and experience, I'm learning, like, I learned how to build a really good fucking personal brand.
Yeah.
And not only that, but how to monetize it, right? And how to give people value and give people what they want. And a lot of people will, like, you know, and I'll tell you this from firsthand experience. I've had friends in the past, I had people in the past that I associated with who wanted to do what I do and didn't want to do the work that I'd done. So what I mean by this is they try to start a personal brand. They thought, you know, let me post a few Instagram pictures and do a few Snapchats, and all of a sudden I can start selling shit, or I can become like an influential figure. And I seen them go hard for like 2 months, a month, right? And then they go like a month off, and then they go back for a month, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And now the personal brands are non-existent. They're worse than when they fucking first started.
I have a funny thing is with personal branding, and this is life. I built Instagram really freaking hard before I was selling anything. I went to like 30,000 followers off like 10,000, where I was at when I left network marketing and I stopped posting for 6 months. And then after 6 months, I paid a ton for shout outs. I did all the hacks for growth. I was growing fast. I went from getting, you know, 200 likes a photo to like 2,000. People were DMing me all day. And then I stopped posting for like 3 months, and the whole following died, and it dropped to like 14,000.
Right.
And then I went back, and I have not given up since then, and it's been consistent growth. And that's life. When you guys do things for a short spurt, you might get like a little bit of results, but you're not going to get good. Right. It's just reality. You're not going to get good if you just put half-ass energy in. And that's the truth. So
just keep working at it, keep going at it. This is for everything. So I still do the same things, right? The same principles, same concepts of when I first started. So I still do, I put it on the board if you want to share real quick, Steven. I still do market research. I still always analyze what my competitors are doing, what the biggest companies are doing, what the biggest, the newest marketing trends are doing, which is why I'm able to make, you know, and always build businesses and be at the top and in front of the trends. A lot of people are like, how do I catch trends? How do I do this? How do I do this? Or how do I predict trends? Don't necessarily predict trends. Just be the first one on it, right?
No, not even the first one. You don't even want to be the first one.
Right. Yeah, don't be the first one on it, but you want to be one of the people who learn how to at least utilize it to your biggest advantage. You want to get the biggest advantage and the most opportunity out of it, right? So I think of like market research, for example, last year, or when I first started, you know, doing internet marketing, right, or affiliate marketing and e-commerce, I was using like email marketing, right? And that was like the #1 way I'd follow up and create sales and all these complicated funnels and pop-ups and et cetera.
Yeah, you were going in. So when Josh started his first internet marketing thing, he was doing upsells, downsells, this, that, the other. I was like, I think you're doing a little too much.
Yeah, so I was all over the place. But these were the things that everyone in the past were like, this is what works. This is what works. This is what works. And I was like, well, look, these are not giving me the results I want to get. So I need to do a lot more market research and figure out what the #1 people are doing, what the best things are doing.
Not #1, but the people that are in your like a smaller area.
Right.
What's working.
So I'm looking all over the place. But for me, how I kind of do is I look at every different industry and I try to pull things from each one that I can see that might be applicable. And so then I was like, well,
you're really good at that though.
Right. And I was
like one of your strengths.
Yeah. So I was like, well, let me try messenger bots, right? And let me try, you know, these text notifications. Let me try this. And for example, in early 2018, I started a business where we're marketing with messenger bots. Never done it before. Nobody else is doing it, right? And the business does like $100,000 like within 60 days with only a messenger bot, a completely new strategy I never used before. But I decided like, hey, let me do the market research. Let me figure out where this industry is going, where I can find this trend. And I just kind of, I'm always on that. So that's something I've always done since I got started. You know, I didn't stop doing it because I got comfortable or because I'm making some sort of money.
And the honest truth is, it's funny because I know my strengths, and through the last year and a half, I think Josh has learned his strengths even more. And I think one of Josh's strengths is really staying on top of competition, which is, it's a huge thing. Someone said, what's the sources where we do market research? That depends on where you're at. If you're doing Shopify and you're selling blenders, look at other people selling blenders.
Right.
And that's your market research. Or you go broader and look at anyone selling anything on Shopify, and there's more market research. You can narrow down niches by the area.
I literally used to have a whiteboard.
Market research for public speaking, for example, you can go and look at pastors.
Yeah. Like
people are so clueless with this stuff. Like go emulate some of the pastors. They're the most influential salesmen of our generations. Like some of the most famous pastors get paid more than any guru.
Hundreds of millions.
No, yeah, they got their own jets. And that's because they've learned the art of manipulation through public speaking. That's the fucking truth.
Yeah. So I used to have this whiteboard or something kind of like this when I first got started. And I literally so when I talk about I do market research, I'm a lot different. A lot of people go like, I'm gonna do market research. I'm going to let's say I have a Shopify. So I'm only looking at Shopify.
Josh is on everyone's email list.
Yeah. I got everybody's email list. I'm looking at every entrepreneur that is building a brand. I'm looking at entrepreneurs that have big companies that have no brand. I'm looking at fucking Target and Walmart, how their shit's laid out. I'm looking, you know, at Fashion Nova, right? I'm looking at those ads that went viral with that bikini thing, that little red bikini that went viral. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at all the big YouTubers. Not only that, but I look at the people who fucking suck. I look at the people that are straight horrible, and I'm like, why they're horrible? All right, so this is what I need to not do, right? And I'll literally be like, all right, YouTubers, you know, big brands,
Like what
influencers, you know, fucking, you know, small businesses. I'd be like, what are their winning traits? What are the losing traits? I'll write it down here. So I'd be like, you know, what are their winning traits? And what are the losing traits? And then I would look at all the winning ones and be like, how can I implement these into my brand? And how can I make sure I stay away from these because they're obviously not working?
You know, and back to strengths and weaknesses, you guys are going to ask that is, you know, for example, Josh has some serious strengths. What he does is he has unlimited mental energy to do market research. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why it's there. He stays motivated almost all the time. Don't know where it comes from, but that's his strengths, you know. That's the type of person Josh is. For me, I don't have unlimited energy from market research. So what I do is when I do it, it is very targeted. So I spend an hour on Instagram looking at how other people are building their Instagrams, and I have all the nuggets. Josh can spend 5 hours, and he'll catch little of things that are more important on a broad scale, and that will allow him to you know, give me a different perspective. One thing I'm good at is problem solving. Like I just know how to like solve any problem. If any problem comes my way, for example, like let's say we just got slapped with a crazy FTC or SEC's lawsuit for whatever fucking reason. A new law comes out and I'm just targeted. I just would find a way to get out of it. Like, and I'm not saying scotch-free, but I'm saying if something really bad happened, if payments are held, if you know, something in somewhere did not pan out the way I thought it was going to pan out, and there's a giant problem, I could solve it super easy. And I'm amazing at networking. I'm amazing at running businesses. I'm amazing at connecting with people. I'm also naturally good at knowing what will work. I don't know why. Like, that's just who I am. I just look at something and I'm like, I don't think that's going to work. I think you should do this.
I think our strengths, me and Jeff together, which is why we're good running partners, is because I'm more on the fast-paced, kind of always looking and bringing in new research, bringing in new this, bringing in new that.
Look at how we speak.
I'm always like, I'm spurting ideas. And my general concept is always like 95% there, but it might not be something that clicks. And Jeff was like, I think we should just do this, change that a little bit of this, and it works. And we implement it and it works. So it's like I can spur up the ideas, but they're kind of, you know, not necessarily as complete as they could be. And Jeff knows how to complete it and make it work. And we've seen a lot of success with that, you know, in terms of running partners.
But that's just because we know our strengths. I've been in enough businesses where I know my strengths. Like, if you guys don't know your strengths, you're going to struggle. So how do you figure out your strengths? Well, you got to go try a bunch of shit. And whenever you figure out something that works, like, look at your life. Like, I've been able to solve problems my whole life. For example, I'm training jiu-jitsu, right? And I told you guys this isn't going to be a very specific live call. We're everywhere tonight. So if you guys are with us, you're with us. I'm training jiu-jitsu at 16. And I tell all you guys I dropped out of high school. I actually technically didn't. I just don't have a super legit diploma. I don't, it's not illegal, but I don't, like, if a college was to, like, if I was to go apply to college and they like looked into the background of the diploma, I might get declined. But it's still a diploma. It's just an unaccredited high school. So what I did was, all I wanted to do was train jiu-jitsu. I was miserable in school. It's fucking my happiness up, right? It's destroying my happiness. It's destroying my ability to do what I wanted to do, and that's a professional jiu-jitsu competitor, right? That's what I wanted to do in my life. It's messing me up in that sense. I'm not happy. I'm not doing schoolwork. I'm getting D's. So what's the point of me wasting my time, right? So this is all logically making sense to me. And I said, dude, what is my options? So I did research online. Next thing I know, through a page of a page of a page to another page, 6 days of research, and me finding some way to get out of college. I mean, high school. Everyone said, I'm finding every option of a GED. I'm like, I don't want to take no test that's like really like makes me look more stupid than I am. I'm smart as hell. If I did my homework, I would get A's, but I don't give a shit about grades in high school. And the thing is when you know about grades in high school, the only reason to get good grades in high school is to get a scholarship. That's the only reason. Beyond that, it's stupid. It's stupid that we wasted so much time in high school learning the stupidest things. Like, I look back, bro, and all the things I learned in high school make me want to, like, destroy the school system, like, with a vendetta. So what I did is I ended up finding this high school where they graduate people early, based on their careers not having any relevancy to school. What that means is my career that I thought was going to be my career was jiu-jitsu. And so I reached out to the principal. He said, here's the deal. If you get me 6 letters of recommendations, an essay on why you should graduate early, proof that you're a successful jiu-jitsu competitor, and also a video montage of you training jiu-jitsu for the next 2 weeks, I'll graduate you. I think it's Bobby.
Yeah.
And I got it all together. I got 6 letters of recommendations, jiu-jitsu coaches, friends of family, people are saying, he does not belong in school. It's a waste of his time. He is an extremely bright student. All this stuff, no test. I paid $300. I had a diploma in my house in 2 days. Luckily, I got kicked out of my house at 13 because my dad would have been like, fuck no, you're not dropping out of high school, pretty much. He would have been like, just stay and you only have 1.5, 2 more years. I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like, I'm miserable. Sometimes dads and parents don't understand. My sister was like, yeah, you fucking suck at school and you're doing well in jiu-jitsu and you have like 5 sponsors. So just quit, drop out. So that's an effort that I knew I was good at problem solving day 1. So look at your guys' life. If you're good at homework, you might be good at accounting. If you're good at following rules, you might be better as an entrepreneur. And if you know all of these things, right? If you know all these things, it's much easier to move forward and find business partners. So everyone right now, it's actually a good exercise. I want you guys to really think about your strengths. I really want you guys to think about what you're good at. I'm not saying networking or this. I'm great at networking, but why am I great at networking? Because I understand what people want. That's the type of skills you guys really need to think of. So for the next couple minutes, I want you guys to write down some strengths. Even if you guys are making money already, write down some strengths. And if we can pinpoint them better, I promise you'll make more money. I see one. This is such a good one. Someone says, I'm good at making content. That is an awesome one to know you're good at. And that's something that most people aren't good at. For example, my camera guy is amazing at making content. And he will be paid what he's worth. He has a business. He doesn't need to go to college to learn how to be creative and whatnot. Someone says, I suck at making content. So that's not your goal. That's not your strength. It's all right. And also, some of these strengths, I don't know you guys that well. So what you need to do is you need to be honest with yourself. I see a bunch of people saying they're great at public speaking. Well, if I put you on this webinar right now, would you perform like us or would you choke? If you would choke, then it's not gonna. You can't say that's your strength. And this is something that you guys are just gonna have to be honest with yourself. Some people are saying learning quick. Some say, you guys are great at hustling. I don't really know what that means. I'm not telling you guys you're going to be on here. I'm saying if I did put you on here, would you perform? Would you have content? Would you guys have that? Some people said I'm great at staying consistent. That's awesome because then you can put together a team, right? You can put together a team of the people that you know and that'll work. What's up, Bobby? And with that, you can keep everyone's consistent. I'm not a very consistent person. I'm really not. So what that means is I'm just not going to be able to do that. But I have consistent teammates. Plus, Josh and I's motivation keeps us both consistent, which is a good thing. Him and I are both inconsistent at things. I'll go paintball 10 times in a week, and then I won't do it for 2 months. But if you have people that are motivated in that same area, it'll keep you motivated too. Creating art, juggling, talking in front of a large amount of people. Someone said self-motivation.
What's on this one?
Now I want you guys to be honest and just comment your weaknesses. Abdullah, I'm great at making things seem worth more than they are. Well, you're good at sales.
Huh.
Because what you need to do is the basis of a sale is to convince one guy that your $2,000 product is worth $4,000 to him because then he thinks he's getting a deal. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not fraud. That's you just saying, hey, this is the value it's going to bring to your life. He goes, that's $4,000 worth of value.
When it comes to sales, everything is perception. What could be worth, $50,000 to somebody can be worth nothing. So for example, this chain for me is worth a lot of money. It has, Jet Set on it, and Jet Set obviously symbolizes my lifestyle. It's who I am as a person. It's what I believe in, the concepts behind it, you know, the brand, the amount of lives that has changed because of me building this brand means the world to me. This was worth 6 figures to me personally. So the price I paid on it is not 6 figures, so it's a good deal. To Jeff, this chain is completely worthless. It's worth negative $10 because it's not.
Well, it's worth what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth what it's worth, but like you're not willing to pay for it. So to you, it's worth nothing.
Well, if I can sell it for $10,000, I'll buy it.
Right.
9,000.
But that means again that it needs to be worth this to somebody else. So obviously this is it's gold and diamond, so obviously that is what it's worth. Yeah. But in terms of, you know, somebody who's wanting it because it's like a materialistic item, that's a bit different, right? So for example, if I like iPhones, then the iPhone might be worth $1,000 to me. But if I'm an Android fan until I die, this is not worth anything to me, so I'm not willing to pay for it. So when it comes to sales, a transaction is made when, you know, each side values the other thing they're going to get more than the item they're giving up. So for example, if this is worth, you know, $5, right? Let's say the actual price of this is $5, and somebody's like, I will give you $10 for it. In my mind, it's worth $5. So if somebody's willing to give me $10, then that means I'm willing to give it up and make that transaction. But let's say for them, they saw one of these at the store for $1,000, right? So when they offer me $10, they're like, dude, I'm about to get hooked up. These things are usually $1,000. Like, this makes sense because what I'm getting back is more valuable. So a transaction takes place, the sale is made when the other side deems whatever they're getting to be more valuable than whatever.
A lot of you guys, your weaknesses are stupid. I'm not putting in as much work as I should be. I'm talking too much. Like, it's not sticking to an idea long enough. These are stupid. These are logical things that you guys like don't want to make. If you guys are saying this thing, it just means you don't want to make money. You guys want the things that come with money, but you don't actually want to make money. Like, I don't really care about the things I get anymore. Me making money is now a lifestyle. It's a freedom token, you know? So making money is something I'm not lazy with. Like,
right.
Like I get on this call every week for you guys, but also because it pays me, and I'm not gonna have a hard time waking up to do that.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, if you guys really just don't want to be successful. If your weakness is procrastination and stuff, like procrastinate. Okay, being lazy is not a weakness. Let's shift our heads a little bit. Being lazy is not technically a weakness. I'm super fucking lazy. Like, I'm super lazy. But what that allows me to do is I know what needs to get done. And so when I find something, like, for example, if I need to do something or build something or write an email and I'm super lazy, generally I find an easier way to do it if I know I need to do it. If you guys know you need to do something and you just still don't fucking do it, you can't be helped. But if you're lazy and you put it off for the last second and you still get it done, you actually have a skill that you don't know is a skill. Because lazy people usually find the most innovative ways to make things easier on themselves. So sometimes not all weaknesses in your mind are weaknesses. The people that are saying, I actually struggle to do anything, or you guys need help. Like, you guys need to figure out the fuck you want with your life and get on it, because I can't totally help you. Can you get Grayson away from here? I don't understand why you guys try to, you know, get good at things before you're good. Like, I love sucking because I love letting people see how fast I get good. You know, I go airsofting and I like sucked.
Yeah.
Remember, I wasn't warmed up the first time you and I went back.
Right.
And then I went 10 more times, and all my friends are like, fuck, dude, how did you get so good? I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, I just fucking did it. And then now people are like, you're good now. And I'm like, thanks. Because I just did it. Like, I just went and sucked, and I love sucking.
Right. Snowboarding was a good example.
Oh my God, man. I skied my whole life. And then last summer we did a DSM, my ecom eBay group. We went to Park City and I skied. And I was black diamond skiing. I grew up in Idaho, right? And all my friends snowboarded. I was like, well, fuck, why would I go ski? Because I'm already good at it. I'm like, dude, I'm going to go learn snowboarding so I can snowboard with my friends. And I sucked day one. And then we left Park City, remember? Mm-hmm. And then we went home, and that was in November. And then in January 2nd or 3rd, we went to Idaho again. And I sucked dick at snowboarding for 2 days. And then by day six, I was shredding. Like, I was going down black diamonds with the squad. And everyone's like, yo, I don't know how you got good so fast. Same with my buddy Steven, who lives in Texas. It's just, it's awesome to suck. Like, it is really awesome to suck at something because it allows people to be like, holy shit, you can get good at things fast. Like,
right.
And the thing is, the difference is if you suck at snowboarding and you only go once a month, you're going to always suck. You eventually get good after a few years. I went up to Idaho and we snowboarded from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. That's how you get good. You just shove yourself in a small environment where you have the only option is to do that one thing. And then if other people around you are good, you can't suck.
Yeah.
So you stop sucking.
The back against the wall situation.
Osmosis.
Yeah.
I still do the work, but I fill it up with shit to do that I should be doing my other thing too. Still making up my mind. You guys also need to, take time and realize that you shouldn't be wasting your day doing dumb stuff. For example, I can't believe how much time people spend getting lunch when they're broke, or hanging out with friends or doing any of that stuff. And what I mean is you guys could pay $10 and have lunch delivered if you're in a certain area. What? If it takes 2 hours for you to go get lunch with a friend and you just want to get out of the house and do this, I heard every distraction is 15 minutes out of your day. So if you have a 60-second, distraction, it's 15 minutes out of your day. And think about how many distractions you guys, working on the computer, filling out an ad, or, you're looking up businesses to put ATMs in, or you're in real estate and you're trying to find houses to buy, and you just go refresh Facebook and you go comment on someone's thing. That's a 15-minute mental distraction. At the end of the day, if you guys are just not being able to focus on things, at the end of the day, you just don't want it bad enough in the sense of, the fact that you just can't find any motivation anywhere. For me, I still work even though I'm not motivated, but that's because I remember why I was motivated a day or two before.
Right,
so for example, when I didn't have my Lambo, I was like, I need to stack up this dollar amount so that putting the down payment of, $75,000 was like buying lunch. So I said I wanted to stack up $400,000 or $500,000. I also wanted to plan it out so the Lambo made me money.
Right.
And as I'm stacking up that amount of money, I didn't stay motivated the entire time. As I started the goal and as I got close to the end of the goal, I was really motivated. I just remembered the motivation in between.
Right.
I just remembered how I was going to feel and the things I said I was going to do and the goal, and not the time so much, but I just knew that if I did these actions and I saved up this amount of money and I was smart with it and I did everything right, I will have that amazing feeling. And then it happens. So you guys got to know what you want and just remember the motivation you had. And if that's all you care about, for example, when I want something, it's all I want.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I don't give a shit about our businesses. I don't give a shit about, relationships with other people. I don't care what my family's doing unless my family comes. Tomorrow, my goal is to get good at paintballing and get better.
Yeah.
That's what my goal tomorrow is.
All day.
Yeah. No, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm going to have that goal. And I don't really care. I don't really do anything else. And when I get off, I'll probably eat some food, take a nap, and then you can sit down and things. But that's my day of it.
Yeah.
The 5 days of the week, my goal, my whole reason for being awake in those days is to make more money.
Right.
Build my businesses, to scale and become a better person. Someone said, what do you mean the Lambo made you more money? This is why we correlate back into a personal brand. Okay. This is why we're correlating into this, because if you guys have a business that's making you money, you can now do things that, for example, best way I can do it. If you have an eBay business, you don't need to sell a course. Okay. You guys don't need to sell a course. You don't need to be a guru, but building a personal brand will allow you to make a lot of money. For example, if you had a free eBay course on eBay and you blew up your personal brand, but then you had a software developer make you all of the software that's already available, but you made it better for eBay or even Amazon or Shopify. Think about this. Think about the product research software people use. You guys can find that same algorithms they use to build that software. Oh, yeah. You can have someone software develop it or white label that same software.
I have a few softwares. I have 3 softwares white labeled for product research, for social media growth, all of that. And
so let's say, you build your personal brand and you're like, okay, well, I built my personal brand with this social media service, right? I'm going to now white label this. I'm going to say, hey, I want to make my own version of this, and I'm going to up the price, and I'm going to build a personal brand. So you're paying $10 per person that signs up for this social media service, and you're selling it for $35 on your Instagram, and you pull out a Lambo, and you're like, well, this service helped me make the money to buy this Lambo. So many people are going to buy your service.
Right.
And you'd be making $25 a month per person. That's how you build a personal brand. Now, how do I white label something? This is actually something Josh and I have in the works as well. He's going to do a live call on white labeling software and using that as your product as a personal brand.
Right.
Again, you guys have to have results before building a personal brand. I don't know. It sounds great to be able to sell people on things and make money, but if you don't have results, You're gonna fake it till you make it, and then you're just gonna be a fraud.
Right.
That's the truth.
Want to take some Q&A?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yo, you guys have questions, go ahead and comment below. Me and Jeff are going to do a Q&A.
Private labeling is referred to more for the e-commerce side. Like you guys get a product from China and you private label it. White labeling is where someone already has this product. You rip their image off, you put your image, you write up the price, you make a new website, and it's the same software. It goes in the back end of their software, but it goes through your website, so people never know. So
you don't have to deal. So for example, I have 3 of my softwares that I own. I have it white labeled. It's all my branding or my company's branding for those specific softwares. I don't do anything. I don't have to manage anything. I don't deal with customers. I don't deal with refunds. I don't deal with support. I don't deal with problems if it's not working and it needs to get fixed. All I do is just make sales. That's it. Just get paid. That's it.
What is your guys' purpose for doing everything? I have 3. Okay. Number 1, selfless reason is to be the mentor I never had. And that's because I wanted all the money. I wanted all the lifestyle. I wanted the freedom. And I had nobody that would point me in the right direction with the mentors I should be following or their own personal advice and everything. Luckily, I found some people. I also was smart enough to do it on my own. Now, my selfless motivation is to be that mentor that I never had. My selfish motivation is going to be, I want to get filthy rich, number 1. Number 2, freedom, which is kind of my 3rd reason. That's my family selfish goal. I want freedom to be able to raise kids correctly, to be with, my family, to do whatever I want with my life, to travel the world, to experience everything we can experience in this life. Those are my 3 whys. I think everyone generally has a very similar thing besides their selfless why. You have to have a why that's selfless because otherwise your story's lame, number 1, and number 2, you start feeling like a dickwad. Right. If the only reason you do anything is to just get rich, it's kind of lame to me.
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna get rich, you should be helping other people do the same thing. It's like how much more fun is life when you bring people up?
Right.
And I will never be in a business where I bring people down. Most salespeople just take money from people and under-deliver products. That's lame. What is my message to the world? I just said it. Tips for writing good copywriting for Facebook. We're gonna do a whole thing on Facebook, guys. Out of Shopify dropshipping, eBay dropshipping, wholesaling, white label, and private label, what's the lowest barrier of entry? eBay, for sure. But I'm not going to tell you guys to jump on eBay right now because in September, they're doing some big cataloging change, and I don't know where dropshipping is going to be. So I don't want to teach you guys everything I know right now, and it completely changes in September. So eBay dropshipping is definitely the lowest barrier. You need almost no capital, like $300. Shopify, you need more because you need to run ads and your store costs and everything. Wholesaling is if it's real estate, you could do it with no money almost, besides marketing.
Right.
Thinking of starting Instagram selling Amazon products. What do you guys think? I've never heard of that working. Do what works. Always do what works. If you guys aren't making any money, do what fucking works already. Once you obtain all the money you want, where do you go from there? Retire, become a mentor, like now?
Are you asking us that question, or do you mean just in general, like most people? Clarify.
Once you obtain all the money you want, dude, look at every person that's wealthy, and they just keep getting more wealthy.
Yeah,
like Bezos.
I don't
think anyone is enough.
Yeah,
at some point with the amount of money, it starts to become charitable.
Yeah, because it becomes an addiction. Like once you have all the money you want,
never go back.
Right. And one thing is, you got there for a reason. You got there because you're really fucking good at something. So why would you stop? And you're probably really passionate about why you're doing something or whatever you're doing. Whatever your purpose is, whatever your goal is, there's some sort of reason you're creating this type of wealth, whether it's to give it to your family, whether it's you want to live some sort of lifestyle, et cetera, et cetera. But whatever reason it is that fueled you to get good at whatever you're good at, that's all you know, right? Because it takes a while to obviously, create, quote unquote, all the money you want. So I don't really see much people just getting to a certain point. Like, when I hit 50 million, I'm just gonna stop everything. Because it's like that's all they know. They spent all that time accumulating that knowledge, accumulating that wealth that's got them to where they're at. A lot of people, they might retire, they might travel more, they might take more time off. But I think it's, especially in the entrepreneur space, I think the entrepreneur space, you see this a bit more. But most entrepreneurs, they're like cold-blooded entrepreneurs. So that's what they do. That's what fulfills them. That's all they know. So for me, I like to grind. I like to do stuff. I like to create things. I like to see things, go from, 0.0 and grow to, just crazy, crazy things. So I think personally, I'll always be innovating something, whether it's in the entrepreneur space or not. But I like, learning things. I like, everybody's different, right? I think people who are more than 9 to 5, when they retire, like, I'm done. But that's because they're dreadful the last fucking 30 years compared to doing something they actually, want to do.
Okay, a couple of these I want to answer. Where is it? Someone said creating a brand at the Amazon FBA. It's hard now. I'll have someone on here in the next 3 weeks when he gets back from Switzerland. Teach you guys Amazon FBA. It's much harder now than it was 2 years ago. If you partner up with someone just because they provide the capital, but you do all the work, how do you split the profit? It depends on how much capital it is, and it depends on how much work you're doing. So if he just puts up capital, usually they take anywhere from 5 to 35 to 50%. It depends on how big of a partner it is. So like if you give me capital, I'm giving you 10%. And I have capital. Unless it's
6 figures.
Unless it's like $100 million.
Yeah.
Then I'm giving you 30, 40, 50% of my company.
Right.
At what point do you start building your personal brand? When you've been making a decent amount of money for over 12 months, I think. Until then, you can't be considered a credible source.
I think you should build a personal brand, but don't be selling stuff. And don't try to monetize your personal brand.
People that get so this is next.
Still share your story and put out content in those terms, but don't try to monetize your personal brand.
So Brad, this is an interesting story. It's a good lesson. Brad asks, "What's an example of someone that went from rich to broke in a short period of time?" So he was my upline in my MLM company, and he went from the day I met him, he was making $5,000 a month. 12 months later, he's making $60,000 a month residually. Doing God knows what, partying all the time, flying around the country, doing events. All he was doing was public speaking, and he was doing the same things that he did day one, and he didn't evolve.
Right, didn't adapt.
Yeah, and I saw it coming, so I went from a like $5,000. It was up to $14,000, but at the end of it was $5,000 a month income, and I saw it gradually falling, and I was like, yo, I better have a contingency plan, and he didn't. So, he didn't do what he needed to do. He didn't think ahead. He didn't plan for it. He just got complacent with $60,000 a month residual. And his income disappeared over the next, overnight. And he still hasn't been able to get back to where he was. On the other hand, I went from making $5,000 a month to $500,000 a month because I knew a couple of philosophies that you guys are learning about momentum and about seeing trends, like Josh said, before they come. I saw this guru trend coming far before anyone else, dude. And I'm not going to say that in the sense of, there was Ty already. Cardone maybe had 1,500 views on his YouTube videos a month. His podcast was retardedly small. He had 2,000 views on his YouTube videos, and his podcast was non-existent. And he had 2,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
So he was nobody. And I was like, yo, this is going to be big because everyone wants to learn how to make money online. Everyone does. And almost nobody knows how to make money.
Right.
I was like, so the people that have decent businesses are going to really kill this. And Ty is the godfather of that. It's actually this Asian dude. If you look him up, I don't know his name. But he's sold stock trading or something. I showed you the video a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. He was so bad, but he's the OG. Dan Locke. Yeah. This guy already got it. Dan Locke. He's so
He was doing infomercials, funny. Right?
Infomercials with chicks. He's this weird sounding Asian dude that sounds like a scam. And he's the godfather of gurus. Dan Locke. Yeah. You guys got it. What's the best income generating asset? Yourself. Active income is always going to be way more aggressive than passive. So assets are passive income. You, as a machine, as a money-making machine, you have the ability to make active income. That means I can go out and say, Josh, I will change your life for $40,000. I'm going to consult for you. I'm going to sell you this product. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell you this car. And I have the ability to make a ton of money on a consistent time-based business as long as you get good at what you're doing.
Right.
On a passive scale, the best income-generating asset will always be yourself. Now, investing into other people is going to be the second most powerful. So perfect example, who is it? Kobe?
Yeah.
He invested $6 million 6 years ago and he just got paid out $200 million. Josh tells me he only made $200 million in his 19 years in the NBA. So investing in other people and investing in yourself. Those would be the most. Investing in someone else is risky though. Investing in yourself, you can always win as long as you don't suck. And fix your suckiness. Someone said, how did his income fail? I don't remember what it is. Why did his income disappear? Well, he did the wrong things. He didn't predict the future. The company went out of business. So that was why income died.
He didn't know how to adapt. He didn't build a personal brand out of it.
Yeah. And then he did the wrong things after that, and he lost his personal brand. And the guy's not a bad guy, but, you know.
Fucked up.
But that's his lesson. That's his path.
Yeah.
So he'll figure it out on his own. I have a little bit of results and a come up story, but hardly post content on my IG. Yeah, just start posting, but don't overly exaggerate things. So like what I mean by that is do not, I'm making all this money, I'm traveling the world and doing this. Be like, yo, I created an almost 6-figure income.
Well, I kind of realized,
when
it comes to building a personal brand, and because people always ask me, like, dude, Josh, how do I build a personal brand? How do I make money? But I don't have the lifestyle you have. I wasn't born with this fucking lifestyle, right? So what I kind of figure out the best thing to do is one, just kind of be honest with everybody and just be super transparent. But here's why. No matter what, if you're, let's say you're making $5,000 a month, you're more successful than 90% of the people like in this world. If you have a fucking BMW 3 Series and you're making $10,000 a month on eBay, you're more successful than 99% of people on social media. You have the ability to make your social media look a lot better than 99% of people on social media. You don't need to be the fucking best. You don't need to be chartering jets. You don't need to be on fucking yachts. You don't need to travel the world and fly out.
Be better than most, and that's easy.
That's what I always tell people. All you gotta do is be better than 90% of people, but tell 100% of people, tell everybody you know that you're better than 90% of people. So essentially, that's what it is. That's how you become known for being good at something.
It's all right.
A lot of people will be like, oh, but I don't want to be cocky. I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to be bragging people. I'm like, well, look, dude, if you want fucking business, if you want to make sales, if you want to, I think it's a disservice. If you have a product that actually fucking works, if people actually need it, it'll actually change somebody's life, and the value that they have to give up is, very minimal compared to the value that you can provide to them, and you're not promoting it, and you're not telling people how good you are, and you're not selling to people, I actually think it's a disservice. Like, I think you honestly have a moral obligation to fucking sell people that need your product, because it's going to change your life, right? So all you got to do is be better than 90% of people, tell 100% of people, because that's how you're going to build a name for yourself and let people know that you're actually good at what you're talking about. If I didn't tell anybody I was good at personal branding, if I didn't tell anybody I was good at making money online, if I didn't tell anybody I was good at e-commerce, why the fuck people listen to me or want to buy products or learn from me, or why would people pay me to speak at events to talk about that shit, right? They have to know I'm fucking good at it, and the only way that happens is by me telling people, and people find out, and now people start telling other people.
I hope you guys start coming up with a little better questions. But dude, the inner circle is not like anything else out there, guys. Like, you just spend 2 to fucking 6 hours a week hanging out with us, and you guys can just absorb the knowledge, osmosis. You guys can just suck it in, Steven asked, what type of assets do you guys invest in? Most of our businesses are active right now. So, I don't really have that many passive businesses besides, some e-commerce stores that I don't do anything with. And, I think Josh's ATM business is passive. That's kind of like as far as it goes. I have a lot of active businesses, but I'm
software,
but I'm partners with them.
Right.
So yeah, like I own eBay softwares that, I recommend to people. If I could go back and change one thing, what would you change in regards to your career so far? It would just be thinking bigger. Like, that was my biggest thing, I think, because I think I could have blown up to where I'm at if I started when I started 3 years ago to now. I could do the same growth in 6 months. So if I would have just thought bigger and networked better and really just built this better, I would have done. So did you jump into a bunch of businesses at first or focus on one thing? So I don't know why so many people ask the same question.
Right.
If you chase 2 rabbits, you're going to catch neither. Just think about this. You have 2 rabbits running from you. How are you going to chase 2 rabbits at the same time? Just how? Just let that sit in your head. How would you chase 2 rabbits at the exact same time? You catch one, and you catch the other one. So that's businesses. Obviously, catching rabbits might be a little bit easier than building a 6-figure business.
Sounds like you need a good trap.
I would like to hear your opinion on the ATM business sustainable. Bro, what do you mean ATM business sustainable for the next few years? Phone booths did. The only way ATMs would become irrelevant is if we went to a cryptocurrency-based market.
which the chances of that happening anytime in the future
because then cash is not backed by anything. So if we went to a cryptocurrency and with the banking system, it would be the only way right now. And even then, like I don't know what to tell you. Like that's a really easy way to just talk yourself out of doing a legit business.
Yeah, I think you're scaring yourself. I mean, ATM's been around for a while. Cash will always be king. The key to ATM business is putting your ATM inside a cash preferred business. Like a cash preferred business, if it's cash preferred, it means they want cash. So it's like, I don't know how it wouldn't be sustainable if the business wants cash, right?
Someone says, what's an example of something you gave up too quickly on? Jiu-jitsu. I was really good. And I just was like, yo, I just don't want to do this anymore. But I guess it worked out for me.
Right.
I guess it worked out. Like I would have just been a broke kid for the rest of my life. I knew how to fight better. I know how to fight. I just would be fighting better, I guess. I don't know what, jiu-jitsu doesn't pay. So the best people in the world maybe make like $250,000 a year. So I guess I wish I didn't quit that so early because I don't like giving up on things, but maybe it works out. How much will the in-person events cost? Dude, like $50, $100 per person. That's not us making money. That's us. We gotta pay for other speakers to come out to the events.
Right.
The only goal for this is for everything to pay for itself, and then we get to invest our time into you guys.
Right.
I can't deal with people who don't know how to take my constructive criticism. Stop giving it. It's the easiest thing. Why are you guys giving advice? Give advice when you guys are in a better position to give advice,
Yeah.
Why do you try to you can't make people get into business. You can't make people, want to do things. So you guys are on this by choice. So you guys are here to take my advice by choice. Why are you trying to give advice to someone that doesn't really want it?
Someone said how much to open a dispensary? A lot. 6 figures, bro.
Well, if you want to do it illegally, it's 6 figures. If you want to do it legally, it's even more than that.
Multiple 6 figures.
Yeah, you got to do licensing. You have to have a shop front for like 7-8 months in California while you get the license in a specific city. So you have to pay $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for a lease monthly while the business isn't even operating.
Just so while it's getting approved and has to go to state.
You can't sell anything. You can't do anything out of it. The city I come from, the business owners prefer to own their own ATM. No, you're just not talking to the right business owners. No, why would one city out of the entire United States, just everyone's like, yep, no, we're owning our own ATMs. No, people, you're just generalizing, the fact that you've talked to 20 businesses and, the next 10 businesses you could talk to could want ATMs. Don't stop making everything revolve around the small test group you launched. That's like saying like, in Toronto, Canada, dude, there's tons of new businesses opening up in Toronto. I guarantee if I sent Josh and Eric there for 2 weeks, they'd find 10 or 15 businesses that would want ATMs in them. Like guaranteed. It's not the city, dude. It's just the people you're talking to. They already have their own ATM. Why are you talking to them about putting yours in? What about a hookah lounge? Dude, it's not about the business model. I want you guys to know so much. The business model is important. As you do a brick and mortar business, hookah lounge, a club, it's all about how many people you can get to come pay you. All business is clients. All it is. You can sell the shittiest hookah in the world, but if you can get 100 people to come there and overpay, you're going to be in profit.
Can we do that?
This is why these Q&As are good, because I'm going to give you guys a hard time, because some of these thoughts you guys are having are stupid.
So how do you get more customers? How do you make more money with a basic business? Very simple. Marketing. Get very, very good at marketing. That's another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about skills. Because a lot of people don't necessarily have skills. And you can plug into the system. You can make money on Shopify. You can make money on eBay.
No,
you can make money with all the shit.
You follow a system already done. It's not your skill set.
Right, yeah. So you're just following the system and you're doing it the right way and you're making money. But you have to get good at the actual skill. If you really want to be successful, you need to get good at skills. So personally, my skill is marketing, right? So marketing, that's like a universal skill. I can take that to an online business. I can take it to an offline business, tangible, intangible. I can take it to a brand. I can take it anywhere I fucking want. I'm going to be able to get fucking rich and make a lot of money doing anything because my skill is marketing. So like another skill can be like sales. If you're good at selling things, right? Somebody said earlier, one of my strengths is making things sound a lot better than they are and getting that value to be perceived higher. So you're good at sales, right? What's not necessarily a skill would be like, what are some things that some people would say are skills but are not really skills because they're not universal? I mean, there's skills going around.
Talking to people.
Like, let me put that. Let me
networking. Being able to talk to someone and networking is two different things.
Yeah. So let me rephrase that. Right. There's like specialized skills, right? Universal skills, things that can be applicable to many industries. And then there's like, skills that are based off just one thing, right? So Jeff was saying like talking to people and networking with people are two different things. Talking to people, I might be able to go hold a conversation with somebody and they're like, yeah, I kind of like this dude. This guy's pretty cool. That's a skill in some sort of way.
Yeah, social aspect.
Yeah, in a social aspect, but in a financial business aspect, it's not going to get into the next level. Networking with people, getting contacts, figuring out, who they know, how can they help me, how can I help them? That's a different skill of talking to people, right? It's tactical, right? The difference is tactical skills.
Networking is one of the hardest things you guys are going to ever have to learn. It's like, I can go meet someone that I'm like, all right, I know this dude, for example, Josh and I are at a club. He's like, yo, that guy over there, he's a really dope dude, and he knows a lot of people, and he runs multiple businesses. I want to network with him. So I said, just go say this. And he said it, and what it did is that allowed that guy to say, Josh is not talking to me like he doesn't have value to provide. He's like, this guy, when you have to sell yourself while you're networking, and you have to make people be like, holy shit, I need to know this kid. Even if we don't make any money together, I want people to know that they want to be my friend.
Right.
That's networking. That's not the same as holding a conversation. I'm amazing at networking, and I'm horrible at holding a conversation. Like if someone talks to me that I don't have any reason to be talking to them, I'm like, sup. I come off as the biggest dick.
Right.
Unless I know who the person is. And that's not because it's who I am. It's not because I want to be a dick. It's just that's how my energy levels fluctuate. Any advice if I'm going to private label a product to sell on eBay? Dude, I don't know how to answer that for you. That's a very broad question. You're going to have to find a product that people want, make it look good, and you have to figure out how to optimize it on eBay, and then you have results. Main repetitive differences that you've noticed between your rich friends and poor friends. Work ethic, the circle they surround themselves, and I don't know. That's kind of it's really it.
Yeah, work ethic.
And
circle of influence.
I have found that most people that make money aren't stupid.
Right.
There's a couple that can make a little bit of money being stupid. Like they don't have a fast IQ. They can't figure anything out. They don't know what trends are. They just had one business that did well.
Maybe like adaptability.
Yeah, like I'm like water, bro. I can fit in any business. I can help anyone with anything, and that's just who I am.
Just their wittiness.
Any advice on starting a podcast? Okay, so what are the main repetitive differences that you've noticed? Okay, how do I start learning about marketing? Okay, number one, you go back to market research, and then number two, you listen to what we're talking about marketing over the next 6 months, and you'll probably be a lot better. I don't know why you think you need to get so much information tonight. Any advice on starting a podcast? So you have two routes with a podcast. If it's a business podcast, you can take the route where you try to get famous, like London Real, by interviewing famous people, and then by default you become a famous entrepreneur. Like it's happened like six times.
Casey Adams. He interviews people.
So if you haven't done anything, you can build a business of a podcast. You just have to know how to network and get those people on your show, or have money to do it, or whatever it is. Or you could do the route Josh and I took, where we made all our money and then we did a podcast, and that's why people listen to it.
Right.
Would Josh and I ever come down to Australia and do a world tour thing? If we got invited to like a speaking event, then yeah. But the payment would have to be enough for me to fly across the country.
Someone play for 20, 30 hours.
Fuck. You have to pay me a lot. Did you buy any courses? Yeah, I bought a course 3 months ago for like $800. I buy courses all the time because I want to know how people are teaching in them. I want to know what people are teaching. I want to know how much value they're providing for the money. Usually 85% of the courses I've purchased have actually under-delivered.
Yeah. For me, though, I'm the type of person when I buy a course, if I just pick up everything straight booty, like
you get one nugget?
If I just get one thing that I can implement, I'm going to make it worth it. So let's say it's like an $800 course and everything is just shit I already know about. But one thing just teaches me about this little sales tactic or this new software, right? Or just something I could have maybe found out on my own. But this cut the learning curve of, hey, if instead of learning about it in 3 months, I learned about it right now, and I take that, I'll take that little thing and I'll make that little thing maybe like $200,000. So it might not be really worth it. Like most people look at it and be like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Wait. I just had an epiphany. I said Dan Locke was that Asian dude. That's not who I was talking about. Okay.
Dan Locke.
Dan Locke is that high ticket seller. Someone said something about a book, and I thought of Dan Locke. I wish we were streaming on OBS because then I could switch to screen record and I could show everyone. Infomercial, Asian. Tom Vu. If you guys want a good laugh after we get off this, we're gonna end it in about 10 or 15 minutes. If you guys wanna, is this the one with the fountain? No. You gotta find the one with the fountain. No. Just Tom Vu. Tom Vu infomercial. This is so funny. Where's the one with the fountain? Scroll down. No. Go. Let me finish typing infomercial. It's so funny, bro. He's like, you want a fountain like me? You want a fountain like me? Click on that first one. Just make the volume up. Maybe that's it. Nope, that's the one of him on yacht. Dude, he's the OG guy. Tom Vu. Yeah. 3 little words right there. Okay, Tom Vu's 3 little words. This is the funniest thing you guys will watch. This is the first guy. Who sold things online but he did seminars.
We just dropped the link, so save it. Don't watch it now, but watch it when we're done.
We're gonna jump off right now anyways.
Okay.
It's been an hour and 30 minutes. I had fun hanging with you guys. It's funny though. So this is what we're talking about: market research. Like when I research sales, look at the original title of this. When I research sales, I know everyone in every arena. I know everyone. Like I know how he was selling, and people use these same fucking sales tactics today. So this guy made millions, and then the SEC shut him down, and then he became a professional poker player. It's a crazy story, but he was selling. He was like, "You will get rich." Like, he was just nonstop. You'll get rich off me. You'll get rich off coming to the seminars.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna jump out of here.
What about it in that call for us, Steven?
Huh?
In the call.
Guys, I appreciate you guys tonight. Sorry we're jumping off so rapidly. I want to go out and have a little bit of fun tonight. But I wanted to jump on with you guys first. On Tuesday, Nick's doing another live call. I think that's the day. Don't hold me to it.
Taxes or business? What is it?
No, he's doing taxes and accounting, I think.
Okay.
So for everyone that's struggling with taxes and accounting, or you guys just don't have no fucking clue how to do it, I have Nick Fitz, who is kind of my, CFO of my businesses. He just handles everything: payments, affiliates, organization. On Tuesday, he'll be going over strategies for all of that, how to stay organized with your businesses, for taxes, all of that stuff. On top of it, I just talked to my CPA, and he will be doing a CPA live call. But he's a CPA and he does taxes. And so he's going to be going over how to manage your guys' money, your business money, and also how to get organized for taxes. Because, for example, if you guys are making $100,000 and you guys aren't prepared for taxes, you're going to get a nice $30,000, $40,000 bill, depending where you live. And that's the truth. So we're going to have these coming up. Those are very tactical things. We're also going to have Bear come on.
Yeah, and I think on either this Saturday or next Saturday, we might even start ramping up the live calls, honestly, just for your initial, test group. We're working with you guys on as much as possible. But we do have planned very soon a Shopify expert / Facebook ads expert plan to come give you all the information on how to.
Oh yeah, so Conrad's coming for Facebook ads, and then you have Shopify people coming.
Yeah,
and then we have my buddy who built a $200,000 or $300,000 a month Amazon dropshipping store. He's coming, who also fully automated it, and he does the same thing. He's teaching everything as well. He'll be here, and then we have Dean for Amazon FBA coming.
We honestly have everybody. We have people from every industry.
But then we have Bear, who's a business owner, and then we have Sammy, who runs nightclubs. So I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, we got Sammy and Ali probably do together. We'll just get a third
No, Ali, Big Ali.
Oh, Big Ali with real estate?
Yeah.
So we also have, I thought you can't dropship on Amazon. It's kind of against the rules, but everyone does it and they don't care.
Big Ali from Convict Millionaire.
We have my good friend Ali. He's a big Persian tatted guy. He makes 7 figures with real estate, fixing and flipping. So you guys saw Nick and Octavius here. They were teaching more about wholesaling because they make most of their money from assignments. He makes all of his money. He'll make $200,000 or $300,000 a house. Takes 3 or 4 months. Make $300,000, $400,000 a house. It's a couple houses at once. Got a bunch of hard money loans and absolutely killed it. So he did about 7 figures in 4 or 5 months, just doing 3 or 4 houses in a row. So we have him coming on for fix and flipping, which you guys can do if you guys have the right information, the right knowledge. If you're not, remember that you guys can always come back to these lives. So when you do get a little bit more organization, I know Andrew just started dropshipping on Amazon too, and I think you're doing pretty well, Andrew. Andrew's one of my e-com students for the last year, guys. You guys see him in here a lot. He makes 6 figures. He's an awesome dude. Andrew, you need to hit us up. You need to text me. It's funny. Andrew's my friend. He comes to my events, and I'm doing like 30K profit on Amazon within the first month. Okay, Andrew, you need to text me. I need to talk about 3 things. I want you guys to take a lesson right now. Andrew's my friend, one of my first students, one of my top students, makes great money, and still buys everything I put out. Doesn't ask for a discount. It's not saying that I wouldn't hook him up. It's me saying that when you guys find the ability to do what you can do and you find people that help you, just stick with them. Build that family.
Right.
And if you guys want to join our family, what you do is you get successful. Show us you guys can implement what we teach, just like Andrew. Just like Andrew, he just put in the work. He applied everything. He got it. Became successful, and now we talk all the time. So it's like that. You guys can join our circle. It's not that you guys have one layer of disconnect right now, which is you guys' results. Fix that, and we're here.
Right.
I don't want my time wasted, and I don't want to waste your guys' time. And if my information, like for example, if you're not making success, you're not getting results right now, a lot of the things I'm saying are going to go right in one ear and out the other. Right? That's the truth. You guys are going to get in one ear and out the other. When you start getting results, you start listening better, and you start using less of your mouth because you only have one of those, and more of your ears, which you have two.
Right. Andrew doing $30,000 a month profit, and he's looking to personal branding.
Yeah, he's already ready.
Chat.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you guys actually got a little motivation out of Andrew. You guys can follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, he's got a IG real quick, Andrew.
Andrew, drive your edgy. Andrew also has a really cool Jaguar. He's a beast. It's a V8. He ripped the exhaust apart, put it like a straight pipe. It sounds like the R8.
Right up here for people who reach out to him.
Andrew, you're gonna be at the yacht event for the ecom students, right?
Okay, you are.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I appreciate you all. I will see you guys Tuesday with Nick. And next week starts the content recording for the curriculum. So you guys will have videos to watch, and I expect you guys to be on these live calls.
Right. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. See you soon.
Peace out, guys.